Hey everyone, and today I'm proud to welcome you to my new Scratch tutorial series where we will be making a Battle Royale game in Scratch. Alright, so throughout this tutorial series, you will learn how to make a Battle Royale game where you play as a player who can pick different guns and use those guns to defeat other enemies, which can also hold different guns and way more. So, without further ado, let's get on and start with our first script for this series. Alright, so the requirements you'll need first is a sprite named Player. And in the costumes, you only need one costume named Pistol, where you make a player, a top-down view of a player holding a pistol. It doesn't exactly need to be like this, I just made it like this. Alright? Holding a pistol, alright? And the second sprite you need is a grass sprite. Just is named 1. Make sure its name is 1, alright? Go to the costumes, and this is all it is. So you just make a green costume that looks like grass, alright? So that's basically it. Alright, so let's start with our first script in the player sprite. So the first thing we want to do is we want to grab a when flag clicked, then go to looks and get a show. Then we want to go to our variables, alright? And you want to make two variables named scroll X and scroll Y. Both of these are not private. They're for this sprite, like they are for all sprites, alright? You have to tick this when making these two variables, alright? Don't tick for this sprite only, tick for all sprites, alright? Then click OK and make these two, alright? So now that you have scroll X and scroll Y, you need to go and set scroll X and set scroll Y to 0 and 0. So set scroll X to 0 and set scroll Y to 0. Next, you want to get a go to front layer in the looks. Go to looks and then go here and you will find a go to front layer. Get that. Then go to the motion and grab a go to XY 0 0. Make sure it's 0 0, alright? Next, you want to get a looks switch costume to pistol. Then go to control and get a forever loop and get a go to front layer again. Alright, remember when you put a go to front layer, put in the forever loop. Then go to motion and grab a point towards. See this point towards? And leave it at the default mouse pointer. Put towards mouse pointer. Alright? Then you want to go to control and grab a if statement. Alright? Put the if statement in here. Then grab in the operators a OR, and then grab a key pressed in the sensing section. Alright, now duplicate that keys pressed and then put it in here. Now what you need to do is you need to duplicate this script 4 times. Alright, so you need 4 of this if key pressed script. Alright, so now that I have 4 of it, we can continue. Alright, so now what you need to do is you need to change all of these to right arrow key, left, up, and down, and then here's the WASD. So we're going to start with right arrow key, and right arrow key is D using the WASD keys. Then left arrow key, and A, because some people play with arrow keys, some people play with WASD, so this allows them to play with both keys by using the script. Alright, then up arrow key and key W pressed. Alright, so we're just gonna find that W. W is all the way, over there. And then the last one, down arrow key, and S as the WASD key. Alright? S. Yep, right there. Alright. So now that we have this, we're just going to do something really simple. We're going to go to motion, and we're going to scroll down, and you're going to find change X by and change Y by. So put change X by in the right arrow key and in the left arrow key, and put change Y by in the up arrow key and the down arrow key. Next, you want to change these values. So in the first one, for the right arrow key, change X by 4. And in the next one, change X by -4 for the left arrow key. And the up arrow key is the same thing, 4, and the down arrow key, -4. So now, right now, if we play, you can move like this. And the character points towards the mouse. And it's really cool. Alright? So now, we're not done just yet. We want to be able to scroll. So that's what we're going to do in this tutorial. We're going to be able to scroll around the map instead of just being trapped in this little box. Alright? So the first step to doing that is you want to go to the variables and get a change and scroll X. Alright? Change scroll X by get a times in the operators. You see this times with the little symbol right here? Yeah. Just put that in. And then go to motion and go here to X position. Get X position times -1. So change scroll X by X position times -1. Then duplicate that. Duplicate it. Change the scroll X to scroll Y, and the X position to Y position. And that is it. Change scroll X by X position times -1, and change scroll Y by Y position times -1. And the last script for the player here is you need to go to the motion, and again, put a go to XY 0, 0. Alright? Right beneath that. Alright. So that is the script for the player. So let's move on to the other sprite right here. Right, so now we're going to move on to this sprite, the grass sprite. So what we're going to do here, and you really need to pay attention to the next part of this video. So you want to go to events, get a when flag clicked, get a show in the looks, get a forever loop in the control, and then go to motion and get a go to XY. So in this go to XY, you want to put a minus, alright, a minus and a plus, okay? Then you want to go to variables and put scroll X and scroll Y, alright? So in the scroll X, you put scroll X minus 480 and scroll Y plus 360. Alright, now we're not done. In this next part of the video, we really need to focus on it to get this tutorial correct. So now you want to duplicate this, and now you'll have the same script, and all you want to change is you want to take out the scroll X and take out the minus and put the minus away, delete it, and put back the scroll X. That's all for number 2. Then we're going to duplicate it again for number 3. Alright, now in number 3, you want to have both of them plus. So we're going to grab another plus in the operators. We're going to grab another plus and put the scroll X there and plus 480. Alright? Then duplicate it, and now it's 4. So now in 4, you want to take out the plus and make it only scroll Y. And as for the scroll X, take out the scroll X, take away the plus, and put a minus. And put the scroll X in the minus operator. Alright, now it's 480. Alright, so that's all for number 4. Now for number 5, the 5th sprite of this grass, you want to have it X and Y. Just scroll X and Y. No operators in this one. Alright, so there's only 4 more grass sprites to go. So we're going to duplicate that. And now we have the 6th one. So the 6th one, you want to add a plus in the operators to the scroll X. A plus. And in the plus, you want to put 480. Okay? Now, we're going to make number 7. Alright, number 7 is very simple. All it is you need to have 2 minus operators. So minus for scroll X and a minus operator for scroll Y. And as always, it's 480 for the X and 360 for the Y. Okay? Alright, so the second last one, number 8, is very simple. All it is you just need to take away the scroll X and put this away, the minus, and that's it. So scroll Y minus 360 and scroll X. Then you want to duplicate this, and this is the last one. This is the last grass sprite. So in this last one, what you need to do is you need to keep the 360 the same, keep the scroll Y the same, but add a plus to the scroll X. So scroll X plus 408. And one thing I forgot to tell you, I'm sorry, in the backdrops, you need to make a blue backdrop. Alright, a blue backdrop. So, just to repeat, so you don't get it wrong, for the first grass sprite, it's go to X, scroll X minus 480, and scroll Y plus 360. For number 2, it's scroll X and scroll Y plus 360. For number 3, it's scroll X plus 480 and scroll Y plus 360. And number 4, it's scroll X plus 480 and scroll Y. For number 5, it's scroll X and scroll Y. For number 6, it's scroll X plus 480 and scroll Y. Number 7 is both are minus, scroll X minus 480 and scroll Y minus 360. Number 8 is scroll X and scroll Y minus 360. And for number 9, it's scroll X plus 480 and scroll Y minus 360. So I really hope you got that correct. So now, if we turn on the flag and we move around, as you see, the world is scrolling, and this is the sea. So now you can move around in this map, as you see here. It's very cool. So sometimes, if you're moving around in the middle, you might not know that you're moving. So to fix that, we're just gonna add some simple things to indicate that the player is moving. Later on in the tutorial, we'll be making other things. But for now... Alright, so now that we're done with that, we are almost done with our video. So the last thing is, when we play, you can notice that there are some bars that are sticking, like there are some grass that are sticking here. As you see, they are just sticking right there. And it's not going off screen, it's still on screen, and it's sticking over there on the top. So to fix that problem, what we're going to do is we're going to make one last sprite, just paint, and in that sprite, first we need to get the color of the grass. So we're going to go to the fill, and we're going to pick the grass, and go back to the sprite 1. So in the sprite 1, you're going to want to call this border. Alright, call this border. So now what you need to do is you need to have the border be a huge, border. So what we're going to do with that is we're not going to have a full-on square. So for this square, it's not going to be a filled-in square. It's just going to be a square with lines. So we're just going to pick the grass as the line. And for this, it has no fill. Alright, so now you just want to position this at the right position so it can be at the right size of the entire screen. Alright, so I'm just going to position this. Alright, let me just get that. Position it to the exact size of the screen. Right. Alright, so now that I've positioned it, what we need to do is we need to set the X and Y to 0 and 0. Alright, next we want to really thicken this. Thicken it a lot. Alright, thicken this a lot. Alright, we need to really thicken this border. Alright, now that we've done that, the last thing that we need to do is make the border a little bit darker. So it looks like a border. Now you got that. So the only script here is a very simple script. Events, when flag clicked, forever, and go to looks, show. Where's the show? Yeah, looks, show. And in the forever loop, put go to front. Alright. So now, if we play our game, this is our finalized game for today's episode. Alright, in future episodes we will be implementing enemies, control with the gun, and much more. So that basically wraps up our episode for today. Hope you followed well and this tutorial helped you. Peace out and bye.